pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Team take profits on the move. The movement is real. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Yeah, 50 pips a day, that's what we catchin', Joe. We trade and get paid. That's how we living, yo. Trading is the new hustle. Take it to the hood and hustle. You ain't gotta sell drugs no more. Trade for a year, buy you a home. Making money as a team, we don't trade alone. Held a trade for a week, 20K from the phone. You can earn while you learn. We gon' teach you the game. IML gon' compensate. Chairman status is on its way. I know you see us off state to state. We really out here making waves. Pray before I start the day. 2 a.m. waking up to trade. London sessions got the biggest banks. Making deals like Shark Tank. We bless the city in Jesus' name. I build the kingdom, I don't want the fame. I want it free, that's why I trade. I'm not a 9-to-5 slave. I broke out the cage. They try to give you just enough to keep your mind trained. So who you put your trust in? I'm repping Jesus' name. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. I wanted more life, now I got more life. I wanted more life, now I got more life. Living my best life, I'm living my best life. God has been good to me, so I give him my whole life. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. 50 pips a day, watch the money drip. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills.
Yo, what's up, team? What's good? What's good? Hey, for those who don't know and just checking into the live for the first time, we get viewers all the time. For those who don't know, I'm your boy Jay Wayne, aka the Scout King, and I've been trading for about 9 years, and it's been a wild ride, but it's been glorious at the same time. It's been great at the same time. I had a great mentor that taught me how to think for myself, that really taught me the game the right way. And that's what I'm bringing to y'all. Plus my discoveries, you know, like I said, he taught me to think about this stuff, you know, for myself the right way. So he just really loosed me, you know what I'm saying? And he created a beast in me. So now I keep learning. I never stop learning. And I'm bringing all of that knowledge to y'all. So if you have any questions about taxes, if you got any questions about whatever. Now, the thing that I'm learning right now, because you're never stopping. I show this all the time when I've been doing these lives lately. I keep showing y'all this, is I'm learning the fundamentals right here. The fundamentals. All right. This is the next step to my journey. I'm a technical trader, and you can make money trading technicals. You really can. The only thing is you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. If you're going to trade, you have to be disciplined with anything. If you trade fundamentals. But the thing is, though, people that trade fundamentals, they go back to technicals as well. They don't just look at the news reports, and they don't just look at the CPI reports and all of that, and then just make a decision whether they should buy or sell. they're going to go back to the technicals. So it gives them a little bit of advantage because they read the news, the fundamental side of it. And if they do know how to do technicals, well they're a beast. So that's the beast that I want to be. You feel me? That's the beast I want to be able to do that. And it took me 9 years to get to this point. But at the same time, some people may say, man, you've been running from it. But at the same time, I think you can appreciate that. Because I've been spending 9 years focusing on one thing. You have no choice but to master it if you just spending your focus on one thing. I'm not doing this over here, doing that over here, bounced around, being a jack of all trades, the master of none. I've been mastering one thing for 9 years. So, and I've been learning it the right way. It ain't like I've been practicing bad habits. I've been practicing good habits the right way. So that's why I say you should be able to appreciate that. You feel me? And now it's just time that God is moving me into that direction where I feel like I'm mentally ready to take on the fundamental side of it. And I know that that's a journey, team. That's a journey. But it's a journey that has to be taken. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey that has to be walked. You feel me? It is what it is. And if it take me the next 5 years, well, at least I'm going to be busy and my mind is going to be stimulated for the next 5 years. I'm good. I'm good. Because I'm going to still be making money because I've mastered the technicals. I've already proven that I can make money just off technicals. Now, I'm not completely oblivious to news, because I use my FX book. And I see the news, but what I do is I stay out of the market when there's high impact news. I just stay away from it because I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Completely. You feel me? So, yep. So any questions that y'all have, comment below, and let's get these. Let's like the video as you're coming in. Like the video, like this live stream. It helps me out. I want YouTube to be able to push these live streams out to more people, and we get more audience. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a gatekeeper and I don't want y'all to gatekeep as well. We just trying to drop these gems. And the more people we got winning, it's just good. It's just good for the industry. It's just good. You know what I'm saying? I want to see people win. And it's a lot of money out here to help people to win. You feel me? And we do these lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. EJ said 8 years. I started in 2010. I just opened up a demo account and I made 27K in 2 weeks. Now, EJ, holla at your boy. Did you make 27K in 2 weeks following rules, or did you get lucky on a few? Hey, respect regardless, right? Because when I get lucky sometimes, hey, I take them and I ain't complaining. But let me know, did you get lucky on a few of those trades? Was you over leveraging on some of those trades, or did you really use risk management and grew it to 27K? Rich Cambino, shout out to you, baby boy. What's up, Derek? Derek said, God been good to me, son. Derek said, God been good to me. Man, Derek don't even know the half of it. He probably do know it. He probably do know the half. Cause Derek been with me for a minute. Shout out to Derek Smart. He been with me for a minute. He been rocking with me for a minute. I appreciate you, bro. You probably do know all the stories. Jay Bird, absolutely, bro. Here to drop them gems, bro. I'm gonna lace you all the way up. You already know. TJ Patterson, what's going on? Sofa FX from Brazil. Shout out to Brazil out there. How is it out there in Brazil, man? Is everything smooth out there? That's what's up. So check this out. Speaking of fundamentals, I want to share something with y'all. Check this out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has just...
The Supreme Court this week gave the Trump administration.
How long would this segment be?
I'm about to Hey, we got some new stuff that's been going on with the US. And check this out. All right.
So, ready? And begin the process of mass firings of federal workers. Tens of thousands of employees at nearly 20 federal agencies could be out of work, with layoffs expected at the State Department as soon as tomorrow morning.
1 second, hold on. Hey, girl. Yeah.
Okay, so, ready? As Lisa Desjardins explains, that's happening even as court challenges will likely continue. The reductions in force, known as RIFs, led by the Doge team, had been on hold for months. A lower court judge ordered a pause because the Trump administration did not consult Congress first. But the majority of the Supreme Court ruled that the planning for mass firings can move forward. The justices wrote that the court is not ruling on the future firings, but only
Hey, girl.
that agencies
Yeah.
are planning them. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson dissented, writing sharply that the court is greenlighting the president's legally dubious actions in an emergency posture. To discuss where things stand and how federal
Ooh, I
laws
messed
are
you up.
responding, I'm joined by Everett Kelly, the president of
Now let me
the
hear, ooh, I like that girl. I like that
which
girl.
represents more than
Now let me hear
800,000 people.
Mary
Everett,
Had a
a lot of
Little
people want
Lamb.
to know what this means for federal workers. What are you hearing from them?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all, Lisa. Federal employees are just at a disarray, if you will. They're so confused. 1 minute, they're being told...
All right, so do y'all see? So laying off of the federal workers, right? So y'all know what that's gonna do, right?
Girl.
So where we at? We're in July, right? So remember this video that I showed you when we get into August.
Ooh, that's
when
my
they got
girl.
NFP.
Let me bow.
NFP
Let me
news.
bow.
That's
Ooh,
the
that's my
non-farm
girl.
payroll, right? This is gonna come into play in that situation. That's what I believe.
Going to get riffed. The next minute, it's put on hold, and then you're going to be riffed again. So people are confused, but at the same time, they are more determined now than ever to fight these unjust actions.
We're trying to get a hold of what's happening in this exact moment. Our Nick Schifrin and others are reporting that the State Department may announce RIFs, those reductions in force, tomorrow, even though we didn't expect them to start until next week.
Okay, so they start tomorrow. So if the people get, whatever, their income get cut, their jobs get cut, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to affect the NFP. All right, but that's all I'll play of that. I ain't going to bore y'all with all of that. Y'all can watch this later. All right. So that's the type of stuff that I'm looking at. And I'm trying to, and it's going to take a lot of work, y'all. You feel me? Like, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of studying this stuff, and live testing. Live testing. Let me try to find. Let me see. How do I go? Okay, here it is. And then, Okay, we back up. Yeah, so it's gonna take some live testing, and so I wanna see, do I get that right? I wanna see, I'm watching this news clip. I'm seeing that they trying to, whatever they're trying to do. If they cut federal, employees, they cut their jobs, and then an NFP comes out in August, they're gonna calculate what's happening in July. They're cutting them starting, tomorrow or whatever, whenever that was posted. So, and I think that post was recent. So let's see. So it's going to take a while because it's hard to back test this. So you have to forward test it. So I have to look at this news clip and I have to see what's going on when it get released and see what happens when the news, like when the news take off in the market, which is it's the first Friday of every month. The first Friday of every month, non-farm payroll. And then I want to put two and two together. And so that's how I plan on getting better while reading that book and studying kind of what they telling me to look out for. Now, it's more to it than non-farm payroll. I want to know, they teach you, I'm learning about, hold on. Where is that? I'm learning about the central banks. I'm learning more about correlations. And then they got stuff like support and resistance in here already. I guess I ain't got that far down yet. That's in chapter 14, but I guess they're gonna try to talk about like something that happened in the past, and then here's a chart of support and resistance. Like I probably don't need that much, but I'm learning a lot of stuff though. The CPIs, I don't understand how to correlate CPI with the market. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm clueless to that, but that's why I got this. Ain't nobody else gonna teach me, so I gotta use this. Macro data analysis. It's just a bunch of stuff, and then this just may be a stepping stone. As soon as I get past this book, it might be a whole bunch of other stuff that that opens up to me that I don't even know about right now. I'm just not ready for it, ready to receive it. But this is my start. All right. Now, we did have somebody request on the last video that they wanted me to back test some moving averages. So let's transition, and I'm going to go to the charts, and we're going to back test some moving average crossovers. Let me see who asked me that question. I took a screenshot of it. It was, who was it? Okay, so Nova Infinity. Shout out to Nova Infinity. He said, can you test the 9, 15, and 50 simple moving average crossover strategy? So let's do that. If you got anything that you want me to back test or test, let me know. Comment, put it in the chat.
What is it back testing? What?
So we're back testing the 9, the 15, and the 50. Yeah.
The estimates and stuff like that?
Yeah, the moving average crossover. Moving averages.
All right.
So we got the SMAs on the chart. So we got the 50. Let's test out the 9. And the 9 is going to be blue. And the 15 is going to be orange. All right, let me know. Can y'all see that? Can you see that? Is it too light? The lines are too thin.
Maybe zoom in a little bit on the screen.
Here, I'll make them just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, now they can see.
All right.
Or you can just change the width of them.
Yeah, I'm making them a little fatter.
Yeah. Probably more than that. The third one. That looked good. Yeah, that looked good. That's good.
All right, so remember, the blue one is the 9. All right, so let's go to the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. All right, so now let's start back testing this this moving average strategy that this subscriber wanted me to test out. All right, so the blue crosses below the orange. All right, so then that's a sell. So, but what I want to do is I want to back test this like this. All right, so right now we don't have a crossover yet. All right, now so now all right, so everything broke. So the way I want to do this, I'm not sure how he wanted me to do this. Shout out to Nova Infinity, but I'm assuming that if he wanted to incorporate the 50 moving average, then you should wait for price to break below it if you're looking for sales. So the what was it? The 9 crossed below the 15. All right, so that's cool. But until it breaks the 50, we still can't sell it. All right, so right now it has broke below the 50. So we can sell it. So let's try to sell it. Now, my thing is, do you want to take it outright or do you want to wait for a pullback? See, my thing is this. It's always going to be late. So if I was to take a sell right here, I mean, the stop loss have to be way up here. It ain't really, and this is just a 1-to-1 down here, Nova. So it ain't even realistic that you're going to be able to catch this way down here. That's not even like, so my thing is I would rather wait for at least a pullback. Now my thing is, where would the pullback be? Identify where the pullback would be if you had to wait for one. So let's go pull up a fib right quick. All right, so I would say pull up a Fibonacci and see where the golden zone is, see what the Fibonacci looking like, and then maybe we can catch a pullback like this. But I will tell you that most people that want moving average crossover strategies don't want to wait for pullbacks in their beginning stages as a beginner. Cause they're ready to take the trade. They waited all day. They're very impatient traders. They waited for the trade all day long. And then when they finally get the moving average crossover, they want to just take it. They're ready to go. But it's really best to wait for a pullback because it's a late moving average. Like it's late. It's going to get you in late. So let's see if a pullback happens. All right. So it tried to pull back. Let's see if we can get one pulling back a little bit more. Nope. So it just dropped out. So yeah, so it tried to pull back though. It didn't come as high as I wanted it to, but that's what I would do. So shout out to Nova Infinity. If you want to wait for the moving average crossovers, I literally would pull out a Fibonacci every time and try to wait for a pullback. The Fibonacci, you don't have to use the Fibonacci, but the Fibonacci is going to give you, it's going to show you kind of where structure is. All right. So shout out to you, Nova. But that's what I would do. And it did pull back a little bit. Like if you go to the 15 minute. All right. It pulled back a little bit. Actually, on the 15 minute, it did pull back. So wait for it on the 30. But go down to the 15 minute and wait for that retest. And maybe that could work out for you. So try to follow those rules. All right. So that's one for you right there. Let me test this a few more times. That's 4:45 a.m. So that's during London session. All right. Now Nova, if you want to me to have some more specific rules, let me know. Let me know what those rules are, or if anybody have any other ideas. So I would say let's go. We at 11 a.m. So I would say leave this strategy alone. So now we at 9:30 p.m. the next day on a Tuesday. And we're just going to test the strategies. All right, so there's a crossover and there's the pullback. All right, so let's see if this can be a buy. I personally don't like trading like this. Like, okay, so it kind of make it to where you're like a robot and you're kind of mechanical with it. So I get that part of it. But the part that I don't like is that you can get so trapped into the moving average crossovers that you forget structure. And you have to be very, very careful that you don't forget the structure and that you don't forget just the basics of trading. You know what I'm saying? Like you tend to get distracted by the crossovers and waiting for that you forget to look at the supply and demand zones and all the other stuff that's really more important than the crossovers. But like I said, I'm on here on live for y'all. And so if you got some stuff that you want me to test out, I'll do it. And I'll give you my best advice if this is the way you want to trade.
Rich asked what are the settings for the indicator you got?
So these are moving averages, simple moving averages. So all you have to do is go into the indicators on TradingView and type in simple moving averages. And I want you to pick the one by stocks inbox. All right, pick that one. And then you open up the indicator, or you can double click on it. And I want you to deselect everything but except the top three, SMA 1, 2, and 3. And these are the colors that I have it. And then these are the inputs. 50 is the green and red one. The blue one is the 9. And the orange one is the 15. All right. So I want you to go down to the 15-minute and try to get an entry. Now, here's the problem, though. When you come down to the 15-minute, you're going to be bombarded with moving averages and all this other stuff. You kind of gotta ignore the moving averages on the 15-minute. So I'm going to turn the moving averages off on. Let me see if I could turn it off on the 15-minute. Can I just turn it off on the 15 but keep it on the 30? No. I wanted to see if I could just turn it off. But I guess I can't. Let's see, 30. Let's see, 30. Okay. Oh, I can do it. Look at that. Did y'all see what I just did? So you can see the moving average on the 30-minute chart, but when you go down to the 15-minute, it's gone. The only thing is that the 50 moving average is gone as well. So I would probably have to put the 50 moving average on, like I would have to put the indicator on twice. So I got this is how the moving average comes on when you click it. Like when you first put it on your chart. And then you have to go into, like I said, turn all this stuff off. You don't need all this many moving averages. That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna keep this one on, and I'm gonna make this one green, and then I'm gonna make the bottom one red. This is my 50 moving average. All right, so now we got the 50 on there, because you want to keep the 50 on there for sure. But then when I go to the 30-minute chart, you see everything. And then when I go to the 15-minute chart, I only see the 50. So that's dope. That is dope right there. That's if you're a moving average crossover type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not anymore. I used to be heavy though. So that's why I can speak to this. Because this used to be my strategy at one point. The 30-minute crossover was my strategy. I got YouTube videos on that. Actually, I want to go watch it. I want to see what my parameter was.
Bro, gonna review your old stuff.
I wanna
Spend a lot.
yeah, I wanna look at my old 30-minute. I forgot what my moving average numbers were. So I'm gonna go back. No, I'm gonna go back and do it now. I'm gonna go back and do it after I get done back testing this. So here's the 15-minute chart, and it's pulling back. This is your entry. This right here was the crossover, I believe. Yeah, so it crossed over. Hold on. Nope. We got to wait for it to cross over. All right, boom. It crossed over on the 30-minute chart. Once you get the crossover on the 30-minute chart, you want to go down to the 15-minute. I'm speaking to Nova, because Nova Infinity asked me to back test this strategy. So I'm doing it for him. Now go down to the 15-minute, and where is your retest going to be? See, that's going to be the hard part for you, Nova. You got to figure out where's your retest going to be. So I said the easiest one is to use the fib. Let's see what this do. All right. So that's that one. The fib kind of threw this one off a little bit though, this time. The fib kind of threw this one off. Cause if you were like kind of new to this, you would be like, okay, it broke the fib. Oh shoot, I should probably take a sell now. But not necessarily, because it never broke the 50. Like go back to the 30-minute chart. You see, it never broke the 50. So you wouldn't take a sell. Remember, so I don't want you to be confused by this, team. Like, because this can get real confusing, by the way. The moving averages crossed over to the upside. Remember the blue line crossed below the orange line. The 9 crossed above the 15. The 9 is the blue. The 9 moving average crossed above the 15, which is the orange. So you're not looking for sales anyway. And on the 30-minute chart, it already blew past the 50 moving average. So you're not looking for sales. So on the 15-minute chart, when you put out that fib and you saw price break through the Fibonacci, you can't think of sell. You can't think of sell. If anything, you probably would I don't know what you would have did, but you can't take a sell. I just want you to pull out a Fibonacci so you can kind of get a framework of where prices is at on your chart. All right, so I just think fibs can help out. So if you took it right at the golden zone or somewhere in the golden zone, you just had a little bit of drawdown, but you couldn't take a sell. So you had 12 pip drawdown, and now you at 12 pips in profit. So I don't know where Nova. I don't know where you would have took your entry at, but you definitely couldn't take a sell there. So that's no problem there. All right, then boom is already, yeah. Then that pretty much stopped you out if you ain't take profit. But that's the beautiful thing about my Fibonacci, because I have these blue lines up here. That's your supply zone, and that's your demand zone, and this is where sellers live. Sellers live at this supply zone, and buyers live at this demand zone. I love this Fibonacci, by the way. I just love it. All right, but let me go over So I don't think I ever released the 30-minute moving there. I think it's hidden on my strategies. I think I got a playlist on my YouTube channel called Strategies and Scalping Strategies, and I don't think I ever released it. I don't know. I just never released it. I'm about to look right now. I'm about to look right now. I'm looking right now. Let me see. Any questions in there that what they saying? You read some questions on.
DJ Bella said you didn't. I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. So I see my J Wayne strategies right here. So we might can just go ahead and just watch it right here on, not the whole thing, but let me see, because it might be unlisted. Ah, I found it. I don't think I ever released that. Bro, this old, bro. This is old. We gotta watch this, y'all. We gotta watch this one.
Okay, so ready?
What's up, y'all? I'm Jay Wayne, 30% team take profits. And I got an amazing video for you guys. It's the 30-minute cross. A lot of people have been asking about the strategy, how I'm making $150 to $200 a day, sometimes even 600 pops. You understand? It's because of the 30-minute crossover strategy. This strategy came about from many different people, indicators, and the way they used them. And
It slows down.
girl. Curtis Cobain brand.
Yeah.
These from him, some indicators from him, and some indicators from a lot of other people for about an hour or two. Get it in during the London session to give me more time. You know, I can look at the chart, see it real quick.
Your boy was
and I'm
young.
not writing it all day long because eventually I have to stop trading and go to work. So 30 minutes, write a trade for about an hour or two. Get it in during the London session, 2 a.m. in the morning to about 4 or 5 in the morning. You done. Okay.
Okay, so that's the reason why I created the strategy.
Now
So
let me hear. Let me.
right into
Ooh,
it.
I
On
like
the
that
screen, I'm going to
girl. I like
post the
that
indicators
girl.
and their settings.
Now let me hear. Mary had a little lamb.
All right.
Lag and stuff.
Yeah. That's why I can't go full screen.
No, it's like playing the piano in the back. And it's you.
Oh, hold on.
It's you saying Mary had a lamb.
Bro, what the heck? Bro, it was a piano playing in the background? Bro, what the heck? No way. Oh, it had a... Oh, that's why. Bro.
It was playing in the back.
Yeah, no, it was some crazy stuff going on the other screen. My kids was playing that junk, bro. All right. My kids was playing that. See it real quick, and I'm not really riding it all day long because eventually I have to stop trading and go to work. So 30 minutes, ride a trade for about an hour or two. All right, y'all. Look, watch this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me know if it's good now. Get it in during the London session, 2 a.m. in the morning to about 4 or 5 in the morning. You're done. Okay? So that's the reason why I created the strategy. So let's get right into it. On the screen, I'm going to post the indicators and their settings. All right, bro. This is a lot of indicators. This is a lot of indicators. But what I want you to look at is, so it's the relative strength index, the stochastic. I had the stochastic oscillator. I had the parabolic SAR dots. I had the moving averages. So today, let's only look at the moving averages. So the moving averages that I was using was 3 exponential. Write this down so I can put it on the chart. My bad, y'all, for the technical difficulties. My kids was playing the piano on the and y'all was hearing that from another video.
All right, what you want me to write down?
So write down 3 exponential.
What's the abbreviation? XP? EXP?
Yeah, EXP. So it's the 3 exponential, and it's the 6. So I was using 3 and 6, and I had the 50 moving average.
50.
Yup, and I had the 50 moving average. And that was linear weighted. I'm thinking that was simple moving average. So yeah, so let's run with that. All right, now let's watch. I'm gonna watch the video though. Top momentum is going down. Okay, if the blue line cross above the pink line, it's a buy. If the blue line cross below the pink line, it's a sell. You see this big drop off here, and the dots are at the top. Okay, so I'll walk you through a trade. This is how I think. First, I'm going to look at this big orange line in the middle, this moving average. And that shows you if the candles are on top of this, if price is on top of this, it's a buyer's market. If the candles are below it, it's a seller's market. Okay, so if I'm in a buyer's market, then I'm going to take nothing but buys. I'm going to look for buys. I'm not going to take a crossover to the downside in a buyer's market. If I'm in a seller's market, then... All right, so you see, so this is me. I've been on this journey for I don't know how long, bro. Yeah, this is a private video. So this is 7 years ago when I was making this video. 7 years ago when I was at that apartment in Detroit. I'm going to look for crosses to go down, my blue line to cross below the pink line if I'm in a seller's market. Okay? I'm not going to look for the blue line to cross over the pink line going up in the seller's market. It doesn't make no sense. You're going against the trend in that moment of time. Okay? So let's walk through this trade here. This blue line crossed above the pink line right up in here. You can see it crossed. Okay? You can tell that the seller's market is going away, basically. But this is not a good time to take this trade yet. You want to see it You see it going up above the 50 moving average. You want to see it test the 50 moving average. So you see how it crossed up and then it tests and it try to go past. All right, so I get the idea. So let's go over, let's close this out. And let's go over to over here. Now tell me, what was those were exponentials, by the way, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you said to me.
Yeah.
Beside the 50.
So let me test that one. What that looks like. That was 7 years ago. Let's see what the market look like these days using that. So I said 3.
3 EXP, 6 EXP.
All right, hold on. So I'm gonna make the 3 white, and then I'm gonna add another EXP, exponential moving average. All right, y'all see what I got? So I'm gonna actually make this pink. No, not pink.
The 6 EXP is orange.
Yeah, I'll make it blue. Make it blue. So blue is the 3.
3 is blue.
Yep, 3 is blue. All right, so 3 is blue, EXP. The orange is 6, and then I got the 50 on the chart.
What's the 6 color?
Right, it's the opposite. Yeah, 3 is blue. I said, remember?
Blue, orange.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's go. So this is GBP USD. I'm on a 30-minute chart. This was the 7-year-old 30-minute moving average crossover. Now, according to my video, I said don't take the crossovers when you're underneath. Don't take the buys when you're underneath the 50. So this is a crossover right here. So I can't take that. So let me rewind that. So right there, it crossed over. So it's basically a buy, right? But I said I can't take it because I'm underneath the 50. So we got to skip that. All right, so we're underneath the 50. Okay, so let's see. Do we get a crossover to the downside so we can take a sell? What time of the day it is? This is 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. All right, so here is a crossover to the downside, and so the blue line, the 3 crossed below the 6, and we're underneath the 50. So let's see if this can work out. The only thing is that it's at 7:30 p.m. That's the only problem. That's the only reason why I probably wouldn't take this in real life, because it's at 7:30 and I don't trade GBP USD at 7:30. But let's just see, does it work out? Bam, that boy hit. That boy hit. A 7-year-old Jay Wayne was on to something, bro.
Would you consider doing that now?
I like the way I trade now. I don't want to add in any variables right now. Like I'm on a roll right now, baby boy. So that one won. So that's the first one, but let's back test a few of them before we get too excited about that.
You might consider.
That went 15.4 pips. All right. So now we're back to the upside. We broke above the 50 moving average. The only problem is, you see how I'm just looking at the moving average crossovers? I'm not really looking into the structure. That's the problem with this.
So you just got
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to just go on and on and on and on and on looking at just crossovers when you can easily just get into consolidation without even knowing it. And you won't know until it's too late. That's the problem with the moving average crossovers with beginners doing this. Beginners want to do this because it's simple. But I don't think beginners should be learning this. Beginners should not be learning this stuff because it's going to handicap you. You're going to feel like you're making some money, but you're going to get comfortable in doing this, and you're really going to end up losing more money than you make. You should be taking away all the indicators and be learning the structure. Learning the structure of the market. Learning when price breaks structural levels. Learn how to find those money levels. That's what you should be doing as a beginner first. Then when you get more advanced or more intermediate, then you can put these on the chart, and then you can still be able to go back to the higher time frame and see what's happening. And you won't be lost. And then maybe the moving averages will help you more than anything. All right. So now look at this one. This one crossed over the 3 and the 6. So now, like I said, you have to wait for a pullback. So do you want to just take it right here on this red candle, or do you want it to pull back deeper? That's going to always be your the decision you have to make. So do you want it to pull back to this level? You know, how do you determine that? You want it to pull back to that level? Do you want it to pull back to this level? You feel me? So it's like, which one do you do? All right. So you probably want to split in between the two. You probably want to go in between this level and in between this level. So somewhere in between these two is the level that you want to wait for the pullback. But see, this is going to start getting into advanced, like more intermediate. Trying to know that, and be able to see that. All right, so pretty much right there. I think we already saw this one. And then you just go stop loss below the structure, and then just go 1-to-1. And that'll be another win. What time of the day is that? That's at 3:30 a.m. So that's a win. Okay, so check this out. So pull this back right here. All right, so it pulled back. We're still above the 50. Now we're waiting for another crossover. Okay, there's a crossover. So now how do you get in on this one? I would not just take it right here and stop loss be way down here. I wouldn't do that. I would wait for another pullback. And if it doesn't pull back, then I don't get in. Now, how do you determine where the pullback is going to be? I would say the pullback would be probably around here. So let's see, do we get a pullback? All right, that's a lot that just happened. Hold on, rewind that. All right, so I would say the pullback is on that white line. So if that's going to be my pullback, then I'm going to try to get in for a buy right here. I'm going to put the stop loss down here, and I'm going to try to go 1-to-1. The stop loss is going to be below this low point right here. So right there, I'm into the buy right here. Boom, triggered. All right, that's all. That's TP right there. I mean, that's close. That's close to it, y'all. Can y'all see that wick right there? Can they see that wick on live? Can they see that?
There's a delay.
Yeah, but
I see that wick.
Yeah, that green wick right there.
It's not to TP, but
It's close to it. That wick right there. So that came close to it. So for me, I would count that as a win. It went up 20 pips. And what time is this? So I entered the trade at 10 a.m. and it's already 12:30 a.m. 10 a.m. So we went the whole day. So yeah, so it took the whole day. So this was pretty much the only move. This wick right here. That was the only move. After that, it just sat there. But it never hit stop loss. It never hit stop loss. So that's what's up, team. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough. But that's fun. That was fun. That was fun. Any questions or anything? That's dope. Watching that was fun watching old Jay Wayne 7 years ago. Your boy look young in that boy.
That's a question for you,
What's the question?
Jaybird.
Read it.
When the EMA cross over, that candle they cross over have correlation of the direction too, or no?
When the EMA crossover?
Yeah, that candle they cross over have correlation of the direction too, like.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah, no, I see what he's saying. So I would say to that is how it opens up, like, you know what I'm saying, how strong it is. So if it's a strong bullish candle, so let me give an example. This one right here, you see is bullish. That's a good sign that we're looking to go up. See, right here it hasn't crossed over yet. But right here it crossed over. But it crossed over the 3 crossed over the 6, and it was a bullish candle, a nice strong bullish candle. But see, what I want you to understand is this though. It made a higher high of this structure level. It made a higher high. That's what's really important. It's not the moving average crossover. Like I said, it's not. That's a handicapper, really. It's the fact that it broke the structure right there. So now you just can't take a buy right here. You got to wait for a pullback. And it's your job to be able to identify that where that pullback is. That's waiting for the pullback is how you're going to make the moving average crossover strategy work. Is waiting for the pullback because it is a lagging indicator. But you can use it to your advantage if you look and see what structure is being broken and where is the nearest pullback area. That's how you can make it work for you. You got a question?
Mike Trey said, "Do you remember that BB strategy you made your first 50K off?"
The Bollinger Bands? I do not remember that. I do not remember it at all. What? I would have to spend some time on that one cuz I don't know the settings. I know the strategy. I don't remember the settings. That's the only problem. I don't remember the settings. So I would have to do some research on that, and then let me bring that back to you on Tuesday.
Take a picture of that.
Yeah. Let me come back and see if I can refine that.
Jaybird said, "Isn't that where the 50 SMA would be your pullback if the rejection?"
Not all the time.
If it rejects, then still being a continuation.
So the question is the pullback the 50? Not all the time. It's not the case all the time. let's see here. I'm trying to find one. So here's one right here. That one crossed over. How do I make these is there a way to make these moving averages like in front of the candles? There it is. So I just put it in front of the candles. All right, so now y'all can see it better. It's all about that layer system. All right, so the moving average is on top of the candle, so y'all can see it. All right, so this moving average crossed over. Oh, okay, now so I can really see it now. So this one crossed over on this candle right here. Here, let me replay that one. Where did this cross over? Right here. All right, so here's the cross. Now where's the pullback? He said the 50. Yeah. So this one pulled back to the 50 right here. And you want to get in right when it touches it, if that's going to be your pullback. But I think that won't be the case all the time. I don't think that's what you're going to be able to rely on every single time though. But that one happened like that though. So let's try to see another one.
How did you summarize that question so I can put into my notes for?
I can't help you with that right now. Let me see. All right, y'all. So look at this one. This one crossed over right here. We got the crossover. But we can't sell it because it hasn't broken the 50. This candle broke the 50. So now we need to wait for a pullback. All right. So let's see if we can catch it. I want to see if it can pull back to the 50 moving average for a continuation to the downside. So let's see, does it pull back? Yeah, I don't know if you want to consider this one, because that one shot out. That thing is gone. That thing is gone. So let me go to the hour chart. See, that's what I would do. I would go to the hour chart. All right. So let's go to the 30. Now I see it pulling back. So let's go to the 30. Now, you know what? I want to say, now you got two options here. You could either sell it. Pretty much you could sell it right at if it get to the 50. Like who asked that question? Mike? Was that Mike that asked that question? Jay Bird? Okay, Jay Bird. So
50, right?
yeah, so you can either wait for it to pull back to the 50 and take it, or you can wait for it to do another crossover and then take it right up in here when it does the crossover. So let's see which one. Dang, that thing gone, bro. You can't even catch this one. You can't even catch it. It's moving too fast. So that one shot out too late. So, I mean, it was close to the 50. It just never touched it. But so far what Jay Bird is saying is shout out to Jay Bird, because so far you waiting for the 50 and it's been working out. So we got to give a shout out to Jay Bird on this one, right? Because you literally waited for it to come back to the 50 and it was another move from there. So we got to, yeah, Jay Bird get a shout out for that. And then that's pretty much the end of it. But I still don't think that's the case all the time. But I keep saying that, but I ain't proved him wrong yet. I keep saying it, but I ain't found no example to prove otherwise. So I better just shut up then. Either put up or shut up. All right, here's one right here, y'all. So look at this one. This one is, it dropped down and now it's pulling back to the 50. So do you take a sell right at the 50? You see what I'm saying? Or do you wait for it to cross back over? This is where the beginners is going to lose, because they're not understanding market structure. They're just looking at they're just waiting for crossovers. And if I was to give you guys game today, and if I was to lace y'all up, the thing that I would tell y'all is wait for the market structure. Wait, like, don't wait for it, but like, I observe and identify the market structure. And let the moving averages crossover. Let that be the afterthought. Let that be the thing that help guide you into your decision, like to get into the trade, or saying that, hey, it's okay to get into this trade because it been crossed over already. I saw it crossed over three candles ago. And now it's breaking structure. I'm ready. Like, use it like that. Don't just wait for the crossovers to happen and be like, all right, I'm good. Because if you were looking for a sell in this situation, you would have lost. Yeah, you would have lost. If you waited for the retest of the 50. So it's like, which one you going to do? You're going to wait for the retest of the 50 and take a sell, or you're going to wait for the moving averages to cross back over? You see what I'm saying? You're just going to be confused. So I would be looking at the structure that's being formed here. And I would say that the structure that's being formed is way more important than what the crossovers is doing. Now, this thing just made a higher high. And it's above the 50. So this, you could have went to the 15-minute chart and potentially entered on this candle for a buy. Or skip that. You could just wait for like a pullback or something. But I just want you to see the structure. That's really what I want you to be able to identify as the structure. All right, that candle making a higher high here was way more important than that moving average crossover. The crossover can just aid in it and help you identify and give you the confidence to take the trade, I guess. So that would be the biggest gem I can drop you on this situation. We did have somebody else request a strategy to backtest. So Jay Burr said, I agree, but if you are looking to the left, you can also watch structure form. Yeah, absolutely. If you looking left, but I'm telling you, beginners are not going to do that. Their mind is going to look for the easy way. And I prefer them just to not have it on the chart. I prefer beginners to take the moving averages off the chart and identify your structure that's being formed. And once you identify that, once you've done your homework, then add the moving averages back on after. But I would not open my chart up for today to trade and see moving averages. I'd rather you take it off. He said, I don't pay attention to the EMA half the time. Yeah. But that's for people that want to use the moving average crossover. I don't think that it's a problem. I just think that if you use it the wrong way, it will be a problem. So I haven't been in the chat for a while, so let's see what's going on. Mike Trades, I just remember it used to hit Jay, laugh out loud. It was something like a candle closed below the Bollinger Band. So Mike Trades is talking about the Bollinger Bands. So I want to say, let me get those numbers right, and let me recall what that is, and then let me bring that to you on Tuesday about the Bollinger Bands. EJ said my phone died and I missed the last 30 minutes. EJ, you missed the last 30 minutes of the live, bro? He missed the last 30 minutes, bro? Come on, man. You can't be skipping through my videos, EJ. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. I'm just playing. But yeah, that's why it's recorded. That's why it's recorded. Hey, thank y'all for liking the video. Like I said, man, we've been growing. I really appreciate y'all. I don't take y'all time on here lightly. I really don't. I want to be coming prepared to be able to drop some gems on y'all and you know, just answer your questions. See, I can come on this live and have stuff that I want to show you, and that can be good. But what's really going to be good and impactful is meeting you where you're at. So what questions do you have? Where are you at in your trading journey? What are you struggling with as of late? What do you need help with as of late in regards to your trading? And then I'm on here for you because of that, all right? To help you. And that's going to help you progress a little bit faster. Yeah. So I agree again, because I have 20 and 50 on mine. I don't even pay attention to the EMA half the time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I read that already. What looks good to buy and hold for the next few days? Yeah, I'm not a swing trader. But let's go to the charts right quick and let's just see what's going on. So let me take these indicators off. And let's go to the charts. And if he talking about what's good to hold for the next few days, I mean, you got to go to the daily chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. So it was good to hold this for the last 2 days. Once we crossed above that 50 right there, we was in the buyer's market. That would have been a 2-day hold right there. But that's gone now. So we in the middle of nowhere. So you can't really take a trade here and hold for 2 days. You in the middle of nowhere. Like, the people that's getting in trades up here for long term was already in these trades from down here. This one and this one, they're holding this trade right here right now. If you was to get into this trade up here, you need to just be scalping this. Like not necessarily just scalping, day trading it. You could day trade it. So from here, what I would do is I would pull up a trend line. Yep, I would pull up a trend line, and then I would probably wait for sales around here. Yeah. And you still, not trying to hold it for long term, because this is a uptrend. So this would be actually trading against the trend, but you can make some money at least to the 50. And you could day trade that. I mean, you could make some money off of that. So if you were to wait for this sale right up in here, you would be underneath the 50 on the daily chart. So then that puts you in a good spot, and you could probably sell it to like down here or something. So that's probably like a 1 day hold. You hold it for 1 day. So mark that up. Who asked that question? Was that who asked that question? Michael Anthony asked that question. Shout out to Michael Anthony. Thank you for that the question. So that'll be like a 1 day hold if that happens. It might not break that sell line. It might not break it. But if it does, that's what you're looking at. And I can't really examine it no further than that. You feel me? Like, this is as far as I can go. I can't go too far out. So it'll be something like that. So go ahead and mark that up and see. You know, and that's it. That's if it breaks. It might not break. It might just come down here and bounce up and ready to buy again. So if it comes back up here and it look like it's holding, then you go ahead and get into a buy. That's the situation where you want to be in my Discord, because I'm going to be able to call that trade out and send it in the Discord community. So that's where you want to be to catch all of that, all of those moves. But I'm just giving you the beginning stage of it on this YouTube live. So this is I think this is hold on, let me see. That might be, I think I'm still in replay mode though. So hold on, let me get out of replay mode. Yeah. So now I was in replay mode, but it's the same situation. It's the same situation. We still waiting for the same thing. It's just it has been pulling back though. So like I said, it might not break down here. It might come down here and hold, and you just have to be skillful enough to identify it. All JPY has been shooting up, so you can't really touch this yet. See, these trades right here, this is in the middle of nowhere. Like it's at an all-time high. You can't take a buy or a sell right there. It's not smart to take a buy or a sell, because you never really know what it's going to do. Like, it can like pull back right here and go even higher. It could pull back way down here. Like, you just don't know, and you can't gamble your money away like that. Like, you can't be gambling and hoping. So you just have to wait for it to set up again. Kind of like this situation right here. Let me replay this. Kind of like this situation, right? This is the same scenario. You can't buy or sell up here. It's not ready. So that's why I always pull out a trend line and wait for the trend line to be broken for me to make some money, because then I know the structure is broken. Until then, I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to go back and forth. It's going to consolidate. You know, I don't want to take that chance. But if you break a trend line, or if you break a zone, a golden zone or anything like that, then that's what I'm willing to put my money on. See that? So that's money right there. It broke. You waited for it to break that trend line. It broke. It shot 24 pips. It retested. And then it went on ahead and dropped for 44 pips. And that's just literally waiting. When it was peaking up here. When it was peaking up there, you can't touch it. And I'm telling you, so many people try to force that trade to happen. So that's the same situation right here. So what are you going to do? You're going to put a trend line up. and you're literally going to wait. You're going to wait. That's what you have to do. And that's what separates a profitable trader versus a trader that's not profitable. A profitable one and a disciplined one is gonna wait no matter how long it takes. So Gladly said, so we should just master the 50 MA. It's really nothing to master. I mean, I guess if you want to say that, it's really nothing to master. I think it's understanding when the market is on top of the 50, you're looking for buys. I don't think you should be saying, oh, price broke the 50 moving average, let me take a buy. It's not that simple. You know, you want to, like DJ Bella said, master market structure, master price action. That's what you want to master. The 50 moving average is just an assist. That's all it is. It's giving you a lay of the land. It's giving you structure. It's giving you like a blueprint. Like it's putting everything in perspective. We're below the 50 moving average. I should be looking for sales. We're above it. I should be looking for buys. And then that keep you patient. That keep you from always trading against the trend. All right? So that's what I think. All right, somebody said what broker I use. I put it into the chat. That is the broker I use. Hey, I just want to tell y'all real quick. Thank y'all for liking the video. We up to 52 likes. Can we get up to 60 likes, 65 likes? And share this live stream, y'all. Just for the new people that's joining. There's always new people joining. We trying to get to 200,000 subscribers. I believe we can do it. All right. I love getting on live and chopping it up with y'all. And I want to grow. I want to grow as well. I don't want to just be on here stagnant. I want to grow. Anything that y'all do, you want to see growth in it. Y'all don't do nothing and just want to be laid back and just doing stuff and don't see no growth. Everything that y'all do, y'all want to see growth and be fruitful. And that's just kind of like what I want to see, because I'm putting a lot of energy and time into YouTube. So if y'all can share to a couple of y'all friends, 2 of your friends on social media, whatever, that'll do me a big favor. 5 minute will be tapping the 50, and then 15 it will be above, be a long shot. Mike Trade said 1-2 going through with the trend line, straight from the body to the body, from the wick to wick. Yes, Mike Trades. So what Mike Trades is referring to is if you put the trend line on the body, well then you want to put it on the bodies all the way through. All right, you don't want to go from the bodies and then pull it out to the wicks. If you put the trend line on the bodies from the start, then you want to put it on the bodies all the way through. But in this situation, I don't want to put it on the bodies. I want to put it on the wicks. All right. So, and the reason why I want to put it on the wicks is because I don't want to get faked out. I feel like I might get faked out on this one. Like, let me zoom in on this for y'all. I see a lot of like jumbled up structure in here. I don't want to get faked out on this when price actually comes down there. So I want to move this trend line away, at least for the time being. I want to move this trend line away and just kind of give it a chance to really commit to it. I don't want to move it in here and get faked out. You see what I'm saying? I believe it's a lot of fake out action that's going to happen in here. And I'm already thinking ahead. So this time, I want to put it on the wicks. So my 2 points that I'm putting it on is this one and this one. So that's what Mike Trades is referring to. Shout out to Mike Trades for that. Shout out to Mike Trades. All right, so let me see. Jay Bird said, yeah, gotta be careful with the EMAs because. All right, so let me. Hey, hold on. What was that? Oh. Yeah, gotta be careful. What he said, you gotta be careful with the EMAs because I have the 20 and 50 and there are different spots on a 5 and 15 time frame. Absolutely. Gotta be careful, bro. You will get faked out. Yeah, you will get faked out on that. Hey y'all, hey, I wanted to share this this track with y'all, man. Let me know what y'all think about. It's this track called Dirty Game, right? So it's like this the life we chose, and it's like if you're an artist, if you're a music person, then you're gonna think about the music industry. But then like I'm a trader, right? So I know this industry is a dirty game too. The way these brokers do us, the way these brokers did a bunch of people. Just the forex industry, the stock market is a dirty game. Like this is a dirty game, you feel me? But you can't sell your soul. You feel me? You can't sell your soul to it. You got to keep your integrity as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? You just have to keep it, period. Even in this forex, in this trading industry, it's a dirty game. But this the life we chose. You feel me? This is the life we chose. So, you know, we got to make it work. Because this is all we know. So I made a song about that, right? And I wanted to play that joint right quick. Let me know what y'all think. And if I was chosen this dirty game. Learning. Hold on. That ain't it. It's right here. So I kind of take you through like the paces of it. So it's be like right here. Something in this dirty game. You better learn in this game. Something like, yeah, it's a dirty game. But I was raised up in this game. I'm a master of this game. But you better keep your eyes open, it's a dirty game. You know, something like that, like spoken word on that part. A little bit of spoken word. And then I'ma have a singer come in. You can't sell your soul.
You can't sell your soul to the game. You can't change for the fame, yeah, yeah. Money comes and money goes, but you can't complain. This life you chose. You chose. This the life you chose.
And then right there is where I come in rapping though. Like dude spitting though. Hold on.
You can't sell your soul to the game. You can't change for the fame, yeah, yeah. Money comes and money goes, but you can't complain. This life you chose. You chose. This the life you chose.
Did it for me. I did it for them. I did it for you. I did it for them. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the words right now. But that boy, I think that boy gonna be fire. I think that boy. I'm sharing y'all my ideas. I said I did it for me and I did it for you. I came from the hood, but I stand for the truth. They say it's a dirty game, the money is proof. They printing money daily, what you willing to lose. They got us acting a fool, and all they think about is diamonds and jewels. We need to realize this is really a tool, and I ain't come here to lose, and I ain't following rules that poverty-stricken people follow. I got mountains to move. So it's I ain't come here to lose, and I ain't following rules that poverty-stricken people follow. I got mountains to move. That's how kind of like how my verse go.
But you know it's a dirty game. It ain't what it used to, it ain't the same. It just ain't the same game. Oh, you better watch out, it's a dirty game.
I think I'm feeling that one. He said, with that beat alone, that could be like the New Jack City of Pip game. See, that's why I be sharing this with y'all. Because y'all be having some great insight for real. And y'all like my core people that I be messing with for real. So I don't mind sharing it with y'all. He said that could be the I felt like that. Like that's real bossy. Like that saxophone was real bossy for real. You got questions, Jay? Jay Wayne got answers. It's the Jay Wayne Q&A show. That's Latoya. Shout out to Latoya. People was asking for that to be a song. Like I'm like, bro, that's not a song, bro. That's like a jingle for my Q&As. It's like a jingle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a little jingle. I'm like, bro, I can't release a song talking about the Jay Wayne Q&A show. It's a song for the video. It ain't like it can't be like no real song. Yeah, it can't be no real song. Hey, so I remember I was talking to y'all about taxes, right? So with the taxes, I forgot to tell y'all about the statute of limitations. So let's say for an example that y'all owe that y'all owe taxes maybe starting in 2020 or something like that. If you can run from the IRS, I think it's 11 years? If you can run from the IRS for 11 years, I don't know how you gonna do it, but if you can run from them that long without going to jail or whatever game you gonna play, that gets wiped off. Because the IRS is just another organization. You know, like how on your credit report, like certain things drop off after 7 years. The IRS is 11 years. So if you can run that long, but if you owe a lot of money, they're gonna be after you. And in that process, you might get levied, you might get garner shield, you might get all of that. You know, so you gotta figure out how you gonna have your money, where your money gonna go. I'm just keeping it real with you. Where you gonna deposit your money at? You know, they go after your job. You know, your job they gonna make your job pay them first. But you know what I mean? If you got other means of making money, you know what I'm saying, that's legal. You know what I'm saying? That's legal. Then the IRS can only hold it over your head for 11 years and then it falls off. That's the statute of limitations. Look that up, though. Look that up. Better live abroad in Swiss bank accounts. Exactly. So, like, if that's what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do. You know, but that's what I will tell you that's what. Now, here's another thing. So, let's say for an example. Well, no, let's say this. Hold on. Let me say this. So you made a lot of money, right? And your money is not the same. So they taxed you for that money and you didn't put the money aside like you should have. Right? You made a lot of money and you were supposed to be paying taxes on that money, but you didn't. You was spending the money. You was enjoying the money. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be putting it away. But let's say you did spend it. So now you're in trouble with the IRS. All right? But if your money changed and you're not making that much money anymore, you can do an offer and compromise. All right? Y'all probably heard of that, right? You could do an offer and compromise. But let me tell you with this, though. When you try to do the offer and compromise, you better make sure that you ain't got no money nowhere. Like, you pretty much almost have to be homeless. On paper, for that offer and compromise to go through. If you owe $1 million, if you owe 500,000, if you owe 200,000, it doesn't matter. You could probably get it wiped out for $1,000. You could probably get it wiped out for $5,000. The offer and compromise is going to be a settlement. You can try to do that, but you better make sure that you ain't got no money somewhere in no Coinbase accounts and you ain't got no money because they're going to find it. All right. So offer and compromise. Now, another thing is this. You can do a CNC. If you're not making the same amount of money that you were making when you got in trouble with the IRS, but you're making less money. All right. So you follow me. You're making less money now. And let's say you a family of 5 or you a family of whatever. That family of 5 or that family of 4, you have a certain amount of money that you can make for that family, that household, right? So let's say you're underneath that number. You can't do offer and compromise because you got too much money. So you can do a CNC because you're a family of 5 and you're only making $5,000 a month. When according to your state, whatever state that is, you got to look that up. That's the part where you got to look it up. What, according to your state, it says you should be making $9,000. All right, you should be making $9,000 for a family of 5. You should be making $8,000 for a family of 4. Like, what? Figure out what that number is. So now you can qualify for CNC, currently not collectible. So then your tax lawyer, you don't do this yourself. You have the tax lawyer fight for you. So then they're going to say, okay, you're currently not collectible. So then they can, as long as you're in CNC status, the IRS can't collect no money from you. So you can literally rock that out for 11 years. I'm giving y'all the game. You can do CNC and then you rock that out for until 11 years is up. If you in that much trouble with the IRS, then you like, shoot, I do whatever I got to do. But I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to tell y'all how to scam the IRS. I'm just telling you these are legal things that's in the paperwork that you can follow. These are things that the tax lawyer will do for you. So it's not like it's a secret. Like, it probably is a secret. But these are the things that I've learned because I've gone through these things. I've exhausted all of these options trying to see what was best for me. So now I'm just telling y'all what I've learned through these tax lawyers. And better believe I recorded every conversation. So I'm speaking on things that I've learned from tax lawyers. So let's read some comments on that. So Jay Bird, shout out to Jay Bird, dropping gems in the chat. He said, better live abroad. He said, put the assets or bank accounts in a LLC owned by a trust. I'm pretty sure they can't touch it. All right. So that's one. We got to look into that. We got to fact check that one. It says, use your kids as the beneficiaries. Technically, you then own nothing or any money. LLC is a separate entity, and the trust owns the LLC. Check that out. Read that, y'all. Screenshot this stuff. Then put the LLC in one of those 4 states: Delaware, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Nevada. They allow private LLCs, or how you say that word? An amenity of members' names, huh? Oh, I ain't know about that, bro. Delaware, Wyoming, New Mexico, and Nevada. Wow. I ain't know that. So I'm gonna screenshot that myself.
What's with Wyoming though?
I don't know, but he knows something. I'm gonna look deeper into that. Hey, no problem, Latoya. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just talking like, hey, share the stream with a couple friends just so your boy can grow. Like, no, I'm actually trying to give y'all value and knowledge about the things that I've learned. And I want this to get out to as many people as possible. You never know who's struggling with this stuff. And this information that I give you, like, just take it to your tax person. Take it to your tax lawyer if you're in this situation. And then they can start diving into this stuff. But I want you to dive in as well. Don't just send it to them and make them do it. They might be lazy. They might not want to do it. But if you do it, if you do half of the work and look this stuff up, and you could present this to the tax lawyer like, hey, actually that information that I sent you got some truth to it. Can you look into this? And if now that you found out for yourself that it has some truth to it and he don't want to do it, then you know you got to cut that tax lawyer. You basically cut the leg off before it ruined the whole body. You see what I'm saying? But you like, well, I'm paying them to look it up. They should know. I know, I feel you, but like, these people are lazy in 2025. Like, people don't want to work no more in 2025. Like, people just want you to pay them, and then they do less work in 2025. This is your life. You better do what you got to do for your life. Don't be lazy on your life. Michael said what stock is good to invest for the next. He just want to know about the trades. He said, man, skip all that taxes talk, bro. What's good on these trades right quick? I don't trade stocks, so I have no idea. RJ said paying taxes is 100% voluntary contribution. There is no law anywhere that says you have to pay taxes. Hey, RJ, don't pay them, bro. Don't pay them, bro. Hey, don't pay your taxes and enjoy all the money, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing. But I'm pretty sure you're going to have to do some other maneuvering, because you ain't just about to make no money and not pay taxes without doing some other maneuvering. You see what I'm saying? You ain't not about to just not pay taxes, make all this money, get reported to the IRS, especially if you going through Coinbase or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you work a job, they're going to take your taxes away from you. So what do you do about that? You just give it up? You just let your job take the taxes out? Because your job is going to take the taxes out. So what do you do in that situation? You forfeit those, or you still put up that fight like, I don't have to pay those taxes. Give me all my money. You know, you're going to get reported. So when you get reported and the IRS come giving you letters in the mail talking about you owe back taxes, what you going to do? Do nothing? What you going to do? What you going to do when they start levying and garnishing your check? Because you know that, like, that happens to people out here, bro. Like, people that don't pay their taxes, they get levied. Their bank accounts get levied, bro. Like, I don't think that would be a wise thing to say without anything to help them. Because for me to jump on here and be like, hey, y'all don't have to pay taxes. That's just full contribution, whatever RJ said. That's full voluntary, y'all. Y'all don't pay taxes. That's just voluntary. Like, that would just be so ignorant of me to just hop on here without giving any other strategies to go along with that, because there's going to be consequences with not paying taxes. Peoples are getting their houses taken away for not paying taxes. So what are we doing if we're not volunteering the contribution? What are we doing? What else are we doing? Because people are getting their checks taken away. So, you know, I don't really go down that route. I think people should be paying their taxes. The only way that I could probably see what you saying to be valid for real is if you never pay from day one. If for whatever reason you never pay from day one and you've been scooting by since day one. I mean, that's the only way I can see it. But I don't see you voluntarily paying taxes 1 year in 2023. Skip 2024. I ain't paying taxes at all. I don't feel like volunteering my money this year. My money was tight this year. I want to buy a house in 2024. So I ain't paying no taxes at all. And then come back in 2025 and then, all right, I got a little extra. I'm going to pay taxes. I don't see how that's going to go well for anybody. They going to come after your butt, for real. Like, yeah, they coming after you. If you want to avoid taxes, put money into a indexed universal life insurance policy that you can take loans against.
That's what that big boy Bezos be doing.
All right. So now we talking strategies. Shout out to Jay Bird again. That's what I'm like. Give some strategies. Don't just make that comment and don't give up no strategies behind it. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm on here giving you the game. So don't hold back no strategies. I'm not holding back no strategies. So don't make a comment like that and don't give no strategies, bro. You got to follow up with the strategies, RJ. Shout out to RJ. If you make that comment, RJ, I know you got some strategies. We want the strategies now. We want the strategies. We want the strategies. Post them below. Comment below, RJ. And yeah, I read them all, Jay Bird. I see them. I mean, I read what Jay Bird saying. For acquisitions, he said, then you have multiple layers of protection. You put all assets, etc., within LLC, and LLC protect you from being sued personally. Y'all better watch this live later, man, and copy and paste what he's saying and go look that junk up. I'm reading them, bro. You know I'm reading them for sure. I appreciate you. It's a cash value policy, and they accrue yearly dividends. That he's talking about the index universal life insurance policy. So also take that money and invest it in real estate with cash. Okay. Then refinance the house. Now you have a debt which is not taxable. And whammy, tax avoidance for the short term and let renters pay. So that's the one that I don't want to do. So I knew about that one. And my one of the guys at my church, the real estate agents, was trying to get me to do that. And I didn't want to deal with at the time I didn't want to deal with that real estate stuff. The whole process of that. I had too much going on. That's the one I probably wouldn't do. I probably would do the other ones though. And what Jay Bird is saying, like, you're not going to be able to. So if you guys have, $60,000 to work with and you're trying to buy a house and flip it and do all of this stuff, like, I don't think that you're going to be able to do what he's saying to do at a high level. I think you're going to end up getting in too over your head and start nickel and diming, and it's going to be caving in on you real fast. I think you need to have some capital to start with. That's my opinion, Jay Bird. I think you ain't gonna be able to do this broke. You're gonna have to have a cushion, because things always go bad. Hard money and private money lenders, and those are easy to get. What you gotta have to get hard money and private money lenders? Good credit scores. What is that? It or more things? STL means St. Louis, right? Hey, y'all, check this out. Let me show y'all. This is what I'm seriously considering to do. Check this out. I'm about to let me find this link right quick. I sent it to my brother. Here, let me find this link. I wanna share this with y'all. I'm really considering doing this. This is how I am going to utilize my money. Like, build generational wealth. And I don't want to come on here act like I know everything about everything, because I don't. I really just know a lot about trading. And I'm learning about the taxes and investing in other things, trusts, and all of the stuff that Jay Bird was saying. Like, I'm learning about that as we go. So I'm not your guru in building credit, and I'm not your guru in none of that. But whatever I learn is what I'm going to share with y'all. All right, 1 second. I'm trying to find this clip. All right, so I want to share this clip with y'all right quick. All right, why it ain't playing? Okay.
To keep your family going.
All right, so peep this out, y'all. Watch this.
And you do that with all your kids.
How you replay it?
And God forbid, the worst rap story happens and you're not here to join us no more. Not only will you have the money that you got in your bank for $10 million, but you also get another $10 million that will be paid through whoever your funding family is, through whatever trust you set up to keep your family going. And you do that with all your kids and all your family members. So that means if anything happened to any one of them,
we get money.
their value don't change. They value actually doubles
Because
to
it
keep the
goes
family
up.
rolling.
Yep. That's what the Rockefellers did.
Bing, bing, bing.
Set the trust up, borrow money against the trust. Right.
But black
keep it
people
rolling.
don't understand trust. I set up a trust. I set up a trust for my father, and my father thought we was trying to trick him. He's like, I never heard this. I said, yo, bro, I don't trust the trust. Who does that? That's when you are financially not literate at all. My father's a country dude that believes in work and save. Work and save, and that's it.
All right, so I definitely need you to trust the trust, because the trust can and will help you to build generational wealth. Now, the first step is to make sure that every member of your family has a permanent life insurance contract. So let's say, for example, Dad has $1 million, Mom has $1 million, and then the kids each have $500,000 each. The second step is now for you to set up a trust for the family, and the trust is going to be the beneficiary of every single policy owned by the family. The reason is because you want the death benefit to be paid out into the trust and not to any single family member. The beautiful thing about the trust is that you can set up instructions as to how that money will be utilized. So the kids can't really just spend the money anyhow they want. All right, so the money could be for investing, starting a business, college tuition, down payment for a house, anything that you desire. All right. Now, what gets better here is that they're eventually going to pass away. So now when they pass away, guess what? The family bank now has $2 million. The kids are now grown, but here's what's important. Their death benefit is still intact. All right. And because they're older, they now have their own kids. And what do? They also get a policy for each child that is now being paid for by the funds inside of the family trust. Okay. This is how you keep the cycle ongoing. And the beautiful part about this is that family members do not have to rely on financial institutions for anything they need, because they've already created an ecosystem that allows them to have access to capital anytime they want and continue to build that for generations to come. This is one of the strategies that wealthy people use to build generational wealth. So if you want to learn how to get something like...
So, yeah, I'm considering this one. Now, one thing that you notice that they don't talk about, is how much this stuff costs. All right. They don't talk about, most people that talk about it that has it already is already making 100,000. I had talked to one of my boys and I was like, man, what you think about this? And he was just giving me his insight. But, you know, we began talking about, like, he said that people that already got these are already 6-figure earners and different things like that. So how do you start from the ground up? So if you broke and you starting from the ground up, it's just a sacrifice that has to be made. Like, if you're the first generation, and some of y'all are the first generation to break the cycle, to break this generational curse, we kind of like have to be the monarchies, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like we have to be like the ones that set the tone, and we might not be able to have everything that we want because we're just thinking about our generations to come. So I'm thinking about my son and if he have kids, or I'm thinking about my twins and when they have kids, and I got to think way down the line, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, as long as God don't come back, you know what I'm saying? And the world is gone, you feel me? As long as we still living here, I got to think down the line. So I got to do what I got to do as quick as possible. And I may not even be able to get all the way where I want it to be while I'm living. But maybe I can, but maybe I won't. But I will get as far as I can. You feel me? I will get as far as I can and then structure it and make videos for my kids. Like, make videos for your kids. If you want a legacy to pass on, if you want a certain lifestyle to be carried on, make videos while you're living so your kids can know what you were trying to build. Because once you gone, you gone. We don't know what your thoughts are. We don't know what you was trying to build for the family. We don't know. So make videos. Record what you want the family legacy to be, so they can carry it on wherever you stopped at. And eventually it's going to get where it's supposed to be, but you may not be here, but it all started because of you. It all started there. You feel me? So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And I do want to do that trust. And I got a cousin that do insurance and stuff like that. So he's going to be my first line of contact to help me structure this trust stuff, because I don't really understand it. But that video was probably the most video that explained it that I found. But they don't talk about money. But my cousin gave me an example policy of what it kind of cost a month to be able to foot that from the start until it can be self-sufficient. So I was saying about the next 3 years, I'm going to be able to pull that off. I might be able to do probably not 3 million, but maybe 1 million policy. Maybe 1.5 million. And then we could just stack on from there. Because once you got money, one thing I know about compounding because of trading, compounding, once you get a big amounts of money, like, compounding becomes very easy, and you can compound very fast. So if I can figure out how to get that $1 million policy, it might be only another year or 2 years before I can grow that to 3 million. You know? So that's where I'm at. Jay Bird said, Jay Wayne learned so much new sauce today. Hey, thank you for hopping on to the stream. I appreciate you, fam. Also with that, when family needs money, don't go to the banks. Have the trust do a loan to them and let them pay that trust the interest on the money, not the bank. That's that ecosystem. You don't have to go to the institutions. You got that ecosystem. You got that, yes, that trust. That's what we trying to build, team. That's what we trying to build. And I really do believe I'm about to build that for my family. I really do believe. Some things you just can feel it in your soul, that some heights that you're going to reach, and I really believe I'm about to reach that level. I speak that into existence, for real. You would probably need an estate planning attorney for the trust. Hey, say less. Say less. Let me take a picture of that. You would probably need an estate planning attorney for the trust. Copy that. Copy that. Heard that. Okay, so Mike Trey said, hey Jay, question about trading. What are your favorite candlestick patterns besides engulfing candles and pin bars? All right, so let's switch back over to trading. All right, so my favorite is, well, you say, let me read that question again. Hold on. Mike Trays, where you at? What are your favorite candlestick patterns? Okay. So my favorite, I would say engulfings, okay, wicks, doji candles, okay, that's part of wicks too. I mean, I don't know what else is there to even like, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know what else is there to like, because the engulfing candlestick is going to let you know what direction we going in, or depending on when it's happening, it's going to tell you that it might be a liquidity sweep. So you need those engulfing candlesticks. And then the wicks or the doji candles is telling you where the reversal is going to happen. I mean, those are the best, bro. Those are the best. Now if you want to do like, those are just one candlesticks. Those are just one. I don't like indecision. I mean, you got an indecision candle. The indecision is going to be like this with a little one in the middle. That's indecision. I don't like that candle. You know? But now if you're talking about groups, now we can go to the next level of groups. I don't like the 3 white soldiers. That don't really do me nothing. It don't do nothing for me. I like, let's see, which one do I like as far as a group? I like this group right here. I like morning stars. I like morning stars and evening stars. That would be, add that as my third one. So of course I like the engulfing candlesticks. Of course I like the doji and the pin bars. I like all of that stuff because it shows you the reversal. But add in the morning star and the evening star. This is a morning star right here. The morning star is going to be at the bottom. The evening star is going to be at the top. See, I love this combination right here. This is going to be a sell. Real talk, this is a head and shoulder pattern on the lower time frames. Whenever you see that. All right. So this, what I circled on my chart, if you go down to the 15-minute or the 5-minute chart, this is a head and shoulders. So let's go take a look at that. All right. So I went to the 15-minute chart and you can see that this is going to be your entry point right here. Because this is the left shoulder. This is the left shoulder. And here's the head. Now, you really don't want to trade this until the trend line is broken. Okay? So now once the trend line is broken, then you can say, oh, shoot, this might be an inverted head and shoulders. But see, this all came from only 3 candles on the hour chart. All from 3 candlesticks. You got all of this information broken down to you when you go down to the 15-minute. If you found those 3 candlesticks on the hour. All right, like basically if you find those 3 candlesticks, whatever time frame, you got to go down like 2 or 3 time frames to get this type of action. So if it broke the trend line, so now you're like, man, this is like an inverted head and shoulders. So all you do is just mark up your zone. All right, and then you just waiting for price to come to pull back into your left shoulder zone. And now you at the right shoulder. There's your retest. There's your entry. There's your money. And it all came from these 3 candlesticks. This right here. So I would answer that as that would be my next candlestick pattern right there. That's my favorite one. And if it was the opposite, if it was a evening star up here. This one is kind of janky a little bit. That's kind of janky. That's not really what I want to see. I'm trying to see if I see another one. Let's take a look at this one right here. This one is kind of janky a little bit, but let's take a look at this one. All right, so let's replay this one. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Yeah, see, this one is that one is janky. See, that don't give you, this one doesn't give you the right shoulder that you need. Or I'm sorry, the left shoulder. It just gave you the right shoulder. You need the left shoulder. That's why I want to see the evening star. If I don't see the evening star, I don't really want it. Well, I can still trade it. I'm just not going to trade it like that. Like I did the first example. I don't see another one. Yeah. So I'm not seeing it up here, but I'm constantly seeing it down here. See, here's another one right here. That's another good one. I don't see none up here though for the sales. I only see them right now so far lately for the buys. Go down to the 15-minute. Oh shoot, what happened? Let's go down to the 15-minute. See, it works out. It works out better like that. Because now you got this right here. And all you waiting for is price to get up there and pull back to that area. And you take your buys. This is the head. Or you have to cut the head off. Cut the head off. Always cut the head off. And you focus on the left shoulder zone. And all of that comes from the hour chart. These 3 candlesticks. Here's one right here. Is this one right here? Let's take a look at that one. So this is the head. Now you got to find the structure, which is be right here. Cut the head off. There you go. And that's how that would be my other favorite candlestick pattern. All right. So it's best to find the morning and evening star on higher time frames. Absolutely. The 1 hour chart is the lowest you should go. If you want to get the best bang for your buck, is the 1 hour chart. You can find it on the daily chart. So if you find it on the daily chart, then you want to probably find your levels on the 30-minute. Probably still look at the 15 too, but the 30-minute. If you find your evening star or morning star on the weekly chart, then you probably want to find your zones and stuff and cut the head off on the 1 hour chart. Richard, shout out to Richard. What's up, Richard? Mad respect, all the way from Kenya. Keep enlightening this young brother and sisters in financial markets. God bless you and your family. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. Salute. Taba Smith said, what are your thoughts on using prop firms? What are your thoughts on using prop firms? Hey, I did a live on the prop firms. If you can, go back and watch those videos. But I definitely did some live on them prop firms. And let me see. Where is that at? All right, so just real quick, I'm about to post it right quick, but I'm gonna still tell you though. All right, so watch that video, Taba Smith. That it really explains in detail about the prop firms, but I don't think that most people should be doing them. I think that you need to get really, really good on your demo account. I think that you need to double your demo account using risk management, not getting lucky, not over trading, over leveraging. You need to prove to yourself that you can make that money. All right, following rules. If you haven't done that and you're blowing your demo account, why would you even try to do a prop firm that's going to be 10 times harder than your demo? Because they're going to put all of these restrictions on you. All right, so let's say you still want to do it. You need to read all the fine print about the prop firm, because they're not telling you everything on the front page. You need to go into the FAQs. And you need to be talking to these people before you give them your $500 or $800, because some of them will say you made 17,000. Now you need to really 3x that for you to get a withdrawal. You made 17,000 this month. Well, now you need to make 40,000 to make a withdrawal. They will do that on you. And now you like, man, you thought you had it. You thought you was there. And then they pull a stunt like that. You know, I think most people should just go ahead and grind it out. Go on demo account, get really, really good. Get really, really good mentorship. And save your money up. And so after 5 years of saving your tax money, go ahead and drop 20,000 in your trading account. Go on and drop 10,000 in your trading account. You will be good at that point. You will be good. You will be ready to go, and it'll be worth it. Versus you trying to do that prop firm and you throwing $500 at it 3 times in a row, $800 at it, still can't pass it. Man, don't do that. So that's my take on it. I say get it out the mud. I know you want that quick money, but I don't know. I think people really need to be sitting on demo account, doubling their demo accounts and stuff, and saving and stacking their money up while they doing that. But hey, watch that video because I really go into detail on the prop firm stuff. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. It's 12:27. I went a little over. I went 30 minutes over. But I like to do these lives from 10 to 12 and help you guys out, and then, you know, bring some stuff to the table, what I've been studying and what I've been learning. And I think we accomplished that today. So I appreciate everybody on here. Hey, share this stream. I'm going to get off of here, but share it. Be like, Jay laced this up with some tax stuff. We talked about all type of stuff. Share it on social media, whatever you do. And that'll help me out. That'll go a long way, y'all. But without further ado, y'all have a good rest of the week. I'm not trading tomorrow. I don't trade on Fridays. So, hey, enjoy the weekend. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let's make this money, baby. Peace.
Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills.